Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty profound. The power hidden deep within your own mind, your subconscious.
Right.
We're looking at Dr. Joseph Murphy's classic book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. The goal here, to kind of pull out the key ideas for you, a shortcut really, to see how your thoughts might just be shaping your reality, maybe more than you think.
Exactly. And what's so gripping about Murphy's work is this idea that your subconscious, it holds this massive power, right? It's quietly steering your habits, your beliefs, even how you feel day to day. And the fascinating part, the bit we'll explore, is how you can actually learn to harness these silent processes. It's almost like finding a hidden control panel for your life.
Okay, hidden control panel, I like that. So let's unpack that a bit. What exactly is the subconscious mind, according to Murphy? How's it different from, just our regular thinking?
Well, he makes a clear distinction. You've got your conscious mind, that's the part that reasons, analyzes, makes choices during the day. Think of it like the captain on the bridge of a ship.
Okay, makes sense.
But then there's the subconscious. That's like the huge engine room below. It doesn't really think or argue, it just stores everything. Habits, memories, emotions, deeply held beliefs.
Everything.
Everything. And crucially, Murphy says it works by accepting whatever the conscious mind feeds it repeatedly, like fertile ground, It just takes the seeds, the thoughts, the images, the strong feelings, and accepts them as true.
So whatever you keep thinking or
Exactly. Or visualizing, it absorbs it, and then that starts to manifest in your actions, your reactions, and ultimately what shows up in your life.
Right, here's where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Can you give us a concrete example from the book, something that shows this belief to reality thing in action?
Absolutely. He contrasts two scenarios really well. Imagine someone constantly thinking, I'm going to fail, or I'm just not good enough.
Yeah, negative self-talk.
Precisely. Over time, the subconscious just absorbs that. It accepts failure as the command, almost. And then it starts influencing behavior. Maybe you procrastinate. Maybe you miss opportunities. Things just seem to go wrong.
Okay.
But contrast that with someone who consciously decides to feed it something different, like persistently affirming, maybe visualizing, I am successful, I am capable. Slowly, the subconscious starts accepting that as the truth. And as that inner belief shifts, so do the actions, the confidence, maybe even the opportunities that person notices. It's like rewriting the internal script.
So that brings us to affirmations. How does Murphy suggest using them effectively? Is it just repeating phrases?
It's more than just repetition, though that's part of it. The technique is using these positive statements, like I am healthy, I am confident, but the absolute key, Murphy stresses, and you have to feel it.
Feel it.
Yeah, you can't just say I am wealthy while feeling poor and expect it to work. You need to generate the feeling of wealth or health or confidence as you affirm it. That emotional charge is what impresses the subconscious.
Okay. That's a crucial detail.
Definitely. And he suggests doing this particularly just before you fall asleep or right when you wake up. The idea is your conscious mind is quieter then, less resistant, and the subconscious is more open, more receptive to these new instructions.
Okay, interesting. Now, the book even makes some pretty bold claims about physical healing, right? Using just the mind.
It does. Murphy shared stories, anecdotes really, of people who reportedly overcame illnesses, sometimes serious ones, purely through changing their thinking and impressing the idea of perfect health onto their subconscious.
Wow.
His core idea was simple. Your body reflects your mind. He believed the same intelligence that runs your body automatically seals cuts, digests food, can be directed towards healing specific conditions if given the right mental blueprint, the right belief.
So putting this all together, what's the takeaway for someone listening? Does this just automatically work for everyone who tries it?
Well, the sources suggest it can work, but it requires belief and, importantly, consistent effort. You need an open mind, and you need to apply the principles diligently. But there's a caveat some might point out. It can sound a bit like just thinking is enough. And life usually requires action too, doesn't it? You can't just think about success. You often have to, do things.
That's a really important point, the balance.
Exactly. Murphy's work implies strong belief comes first, making your actions more effective, not replacing them entirely. Which leads to a good question for you, the listener. How do you see that balance working in your own life, integrating that inner belief with the necessary outer action?
Something to chew on. So, to wrap up, the power of your subconscious mind offers this sort of key, doesn't it? a way to potentially unlock and reshape your thoughts, habits, and maybe even your life's direction.
Precisely. It's presented as a powerful tool. But the real power, as the book suggests, isn't just knowing the stuff exists, it's in learning how to consciously use that key. It circles back to that core idea. Change your thinking, and life will change automatically. Makes you wonder, right? What could happen if you really learned to turn that key?